Let's see. I think I'm live. Hopefully. Let's see. Checking to see if I'm in the right group because that would be tragic. All right. Oh, I see a couple of you guys popping on. Go ahead and comment hi or something so I know it's all working right. Let's see. How you guys doing today? Oh, good afternoon, Puzzle Tumblers. Thank you. Yes, I'm pretty sure I'm very focused. I don't do tutorials but in two groups, which is Fairy Tale, which is a sister, like friend company of puzzles, so like can't mess it up too much, but can you imagine if I did this on my personal page? That would be something. But we are going to be talking about Bling tumblers today. So I have a couple that I'm working on that I'm going to show you guys. We're going to talk about doing pop sockets. We're going to start some cups. I pulled just a bunch of different stuff. I'm going to share all of my tips and tricks. So I'm going to let a couple people get on, and then we're going to get started. So I'm going to give it just a minute because I know I was like a minute or so early, I think. Hey, Monica. So, how are you guys doing? How's your quarantine going? It's been crazy, but I don't want to get started too early. So, have you guys blinged anything before, or are you guys new? How do we feel about bling? All right. Got a couple people on, so I think I'm just gonna get started. So, obviously we'll answer questions the whole time, but I'm going to show you guys the different methods, which is this one, which is the honeycomb method, so you can see it's straight lines. And then I'm also going to be showing you guys the scatter method, which is my personal favorite, which is this kind, where you can see it is just assorted sizes around the cup. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about doing letters, and I'm also going to show you guys just one solid color. We're going to bling a pop socket maybe. We're going to talk about blinging badge reels and keychain molds and all kinds of stuff. So first I wanted to talk about glues and the tools and stuff while you guys are looking at me so I can show you. So here are the 3 glues that I recommend. My favorite is the Liquid Fusion. You can find this on the, I think it's Aleen's website, but I get mine off Amazon. This is a super liquidy glue, and it bonds really well. It is non-toxic. Even once it's dry, it is non-toxic, which is the best part. All 3 of these are non-toxic. So this is the Liquid Fusion. If you're ever looking for Liquid Fusion for tumblers, this is the one. There is a super glue version. That is not the right one. So this one is great. My second favorite is Gem Tack. Liquid Fusion can sell out sometimes. There's a gem stuck to the top of my Gem Tack. So Gem Tack is another really good option. This one you can find in Hobby Lobby and places like that. You can also find Super Tight. You can see this one actually is from Hobby Lobby. The reason this is my least favorite one is that it is super goopy, and when you're putting it on the cup, it just kind of builds up, and it takes a really long time to dry. Whereas these ones, you have to work pretty quickly and work in small sections, which I'll show, but this one dries super slow, which is good for beginners, but your cup will be tacky for a couple days, so I'm not sure how that would affect if you wash it and use it. So, but we're going to be using Liquid Fusion, which is my favorite today. It has a pretty small applicator tip, but what I like to do is use a precision bottle. This is the key to getting no spillover over your stone. So when you put too much and then you push the stone in, sometimes it goops up. You don't want that. It's not as pretty. So this is perfect. I've used this with the Liquid Fusion, and then with the Gem Tack, I would put it on the cup and then spread it out, hence why the top is covered. I just spread it out to make it a nice thin layer. So those are the glues I recommend. Here are those. So the different glues. Liquid Fusion though, by far my favorite. Like I said, I get it on Amazon. I think I got them and they were like $8 a piece. You can watch the prices. They'll go up and down. Do not pay like $15. If it's like $15, just get gem tack or something else. But this is by far my favorite. It has a good work time. There's no strong smells. It dries non-toxic and clear. It works on fabrics, stainless steel cups, epoxy. It works on everything. So this is the one I highly recommend. Alrighty. So that is the glues. And then, like I was talking about, the precision tip bottles, you can find these in store at like Walmart and stuff. But I got mine, this pack off Amazon, it was like $4 for 4 of them. And they last a while. So as long as you put this little needle back in the top, you'll be fine. And if your glue hardened in this tip, that's what the needle's for. You can just kind of poke it back in, poke through the glue, you can keep going. So these little bottles are a lifesaver, and like I said, they were like $1. So pretty good deal. The other tools I want to mention are these pickup tools. These rhinestone pickup tools. These are a lifesaver. I was doing a tumbler with tweezers and it was making me want to pull my hair out. So these pickup tools are amazing. So this end is like a rubber waxy end. And then this end is just a little metal stick. So you can just pick up your rhinestone, put it on the cup, and if you need to push it around or push it in, just to like get it really on there, you can use this end. So these are very inexpensive. I believe they're on the Puzzle Tumbler website right now. They are amazing. So you definitely want to get these and your glue. So these are essential. The precision tip bottle, like I said, not necessary, but it is really nice. But these are essential. Like, those are needed. All right. Another thing I want to talk about is your bead holders. So there are a couple different options. This is the starter kit from Puzzle Tumblers. I think they're sold out right now, but hopefully she'll get more. So what you get is just a variety of stones, just like a mixed bag. That way you can practice just applying them. You get a bunch of little trays. So let me pull those out. So you get 2 little trays. These are perfect for putting your stones in. So when you're working, all of your stones are contained. They're not spilling everywhere. These are great. So it comes with 2 of these. It comes with this, which is a kind of bigger, fancier version. So you can put your stones in there and then you can kind of shake it around and it'll level them out for you. And then it has the tip right here where you can just pour them back in your storage. So another version of this is this primer tray. So this is just a bigger one. This is off Amazon. It was only like $4 or $5, but you can see it's got those ridges. So it's the same principle. If you put them in, you kind of shake it around a little bit, like just swirl it, and it flips them right over for you. All right, but yeah, this little kit, I think it's only a couple dollars, and it's amazing. You also get this little pen, and you're like, what is this? And you get this wax. So what you do is you get some wax on the tip of your pen, and then that way it is a simpler version of the pickup tools. So that is what these are for. Super awesome. And then you have these which attach to the back of the pen so you can scooch in your tray. You can easily move them around. So it's pretty awesome, this little kit. But yeah, definitely these tools are awesome, lifesavers, and these little trays are amazing. So the tool I'd say is almost necessary, but the trays are not necessary. You could use like a paper plate or anything like that, but you want them, trust me. You want them. All right, and then I think that's pretty much all of the tools I wanted to talk about. So does anyone have any questions about the different glues, the different trays, the containers, the pickup tools? I'll be watching the comments the whole time to see what you guys are saying, or the precision bottles. But yeah, so we're gonna get started. I have a couple different stones from Puzzle. So I've got these really pretty blue ones. These are like a medium blue, I'd say. I'm super bad at describing colors. I am sorry in advance. Good to know I bought one, but was thinking tweezers would be easier. tweezers, I mean, it's doable. I'm not really good with the tweezers. I have a bunch of them right here, and I can show you guys the tweezers. But just to, because the stones, they have a flat bottom, and then they're kind of like dome shaped. So to grab the stones, it's kind of difficult, unless you're amazing, unlike me. I'm not. I had the hardest time, and it was so much struggle, especially with the small stones. But you can use tweezers, but this tool is probably, it's only like a couple dollars. You can get them from Puzzle. You can get them, I mean, I got mine from Puzzle, but like, I don't know. I think these are just awesome because all you do is just boop. So, and I'll show you guys that. But I've got these green ones here. And then I think the ones I want to do, I have 2 different cups here that I'm gonna do. And I have these really cool. These are SS20s. And these are what I would say are like the ABs. So I think I might use these ones on this little carabiner cup. I think that would be really cute. Or I have these silver ones, and I can put them on the wine cup. I'm thinking I want to do these ones. What do you guys think? I think these ones would be super pretty and on this little cup. So cute, right? So I think we're gonna do that. I'm going to flip you guys down so that way you can see what I'm doing. Obviously, you don't wanna look at my face the whole time. So I'm gonna flip you guys down and we'll do that. All right, I'm gonna give it a second just to see the live feed I have on my laptop to make sure the angle's pretty good. So just gonna double check that. So let me put all these little bits away for now so I don't lose them. All right, I'm gonna keep my little trays out so that way I don't lose them. All right, I think I'm good. So we're gonna do the honeycomb method first. So that's what I'm gonna show you guys. This is the one that a lot of people say is best for beginners because you don't have to worry about filling in the spots. You just kind of put them in rows and it works really well. So this is one that I've done. This is like the light cyan AB that was in the buy-in. So it's a really pretty color. I love the AB stones. They are so gorgeous. But you can see these are just straight lines, and then you put them in the holes, and I'm going to show you guys that from start to not finish because that would be a really long video. They do take time to make, but I'm going to start. This is, like I said, the carabiner mug. I have sanded it. If you were doing a, like let's say we wanted to do the blue stones, you might want to spray paint it blue just because any of the gaps you see may show through. Like you can see on this red one, I spray painted it red. So, but since these are like a clear-ish silver with the AB, I think it will look okay on the silver, so I didn't worry about spray painting. So I'm going to cut this bag open. I should have grabbed scissors. Give me 1 second. There we go. Got some scissors. All right, and I'm going to be using the tray from the kit because like I said, I highly recommend this kit. My tray that I have is awesome, but this is such a good deal with the different kits, so I'm going to show you. So you can just dump all these in, not quite that many. And then here's the funnel, so you can funnel them in back into your bag, and it just kind of helps do it. So this would be great if I was doing a bunch of different colors, but I am not. So let's see. Oh, hey, Jennifer. Hey, Kristen. All right. I'm going to put some of these back because I do not need that many. All right. Okay, great. There we go. And we are going to get started. All right. So what you want to do, I am such a klutz, always. Anyways, what you're going to want to do is you're going to just swirl this a little. And it's going to flip the majority of them upright. Since I have a lot in there, they're not all going to flip because they need space to flip. But that is what you're going to want to do. All right, and we have our precision tip bottle. And we're going to apply the glue. And I'm going to start at the top. That's just how I always do it. If you spray paint it first, do you have to epoxy before putting the gems on? I don't, and I haven't had an issue. You can see that this one's red and it's not chipping at all or anything, and this one has some like tan brown, and they're not chipping at all, so I haven't had any issues. I've spray painted a couple and used them and they're fine. You could if you're kind of a worrywart and you want to make sure it's going to be solid, but I haven't, and it's worked great. So, all right, we're going to put the glue on. All right, so the glue it is very liquidy, but it does move kind of slowly, so I'm just letting it get to the tip of the glue bottle right now. Well, I always make a mess. This is why my craft area has to be separate, because I just make a mess everywhere I go. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a straight line across the top. And that's it. I'm not gonna go too far because I'm gonna be showing you guys, so I'm not gonna be going as fast as I normally would. So I'm gonna do just that much. And I'm going to keep this little thing upside down while I'm working. So that way I don't have to wait for the glue to move every time. All right, and we're gonna use our pickup tool. And we are going to poke our stone. You see how it picked it up? And then just pop it on. And that's all you have to do. You can flip it over and you can push it on to make sure it's on there really good. That is always a good idea. And just repeat. So when I'm just sitting and doing this, I go not fast, but I go pretty quick, and I'll put on a couple just like this, and then I'll flip it around and push it, so that way you're just not flipping it as much. It saves time, and I don't want to say energy, but it does save time. All right, let's see if I can bring this up a little closer. So you're gonna just stick it on. And that's the first part of this honeycomb method. It is super easy. The honeycomb method, like I said, is one that most beginners prefer because you don't have to worry about finding a pattern or anything. You can just go. Look how pretty these stones are, you guys. So stunning. Alrighty. And that's our first line. Usually I go all the way around the cup, but just so I can show you guys, I'm going to do the next line. So I'm gonna go right under this, and I'm gonna put another good line. And the precision tip applicator is good for this, but if you didn't have this, you would be fine. You could just apply it straight from the bottle and use a popsicle stick to spread it around. That works too. All right, I'm gonna stir to get them straight up. And what you're gonna do for the honeycomb method is you're going to stick it in between, like so in the window. I hope that makes sense. And I hope it's focusing as well. So you can see, hopefully, that I did 2 and then right in the window. You guys see that? And then you're just going to continue the pattern and just get them right in the window. This fills in all of the gaps, so you don't have to worry about spacing as much. And like I said, this is why people like this method, because you don't have to worry about the holes as much. You just fill it in. All right. And like I said, just fill in the little honeycomb holes. So that's why this is called the honeycomb method, because when you have it all done, you can really see that honeycomb pattern. And it looks like a beehive. Alrighty. And there is the second row. How awesome, right? So that is how you do the honeycomb pattern. I'm gonna do another row. What do you guys think? Do you like this method? I think the honeycomb pattern's pretty. I just think the scatter method just shines so much, but I think the stones also help a lot in that regard. Also, these stones are so stunning. There are two different kinds of stones. Puzzle Tumblers carries glass stones. A lot of people swear that glass stones are better than resin stones. And I have to say that these ones are super shiny. I've been very lucky that any rhinestones I've used have been pretty good. But I've seen some people's... All Puzzle Tumbler stones are going to be like super stunning, super sparkly, amazing. So that is the honeycomb method. So I can come back to this one too. I want to show you guys different methods. So I'm going to put away a bunch of these stones for now so I can show you the next method. So let me do that real fast. All right. And I'm going to show you guys the scatter method. I'm going to be using this kind of brown color, which I believe was in the buy-in, and I'm going to be using just that color, actually. I'm not going to worry about showing you guys the spots because it's the same principle. All right, so I'm going to use these two little trays because, like I said, the trays are awesome. They make sure your stones don't go everywhere, even though, like me, I'm a klutz. They're still going to go everywhere, but it helps a lot. All right, so let me move this pretty mug out of the way, and we are going to pull in these brown stones. Okay, and I have these little storage containers. They're from the Dollar Tree. They were $1 for 2, which is a really good deal, so I highly recommend. All right, so I'm going to sprinkle some of these in the lids because I only have the 2 trays. So, need to get more trays. Jessica, let me know when you have more trays. There we go. All right, and I'm just going to pull a little bit of each size. So these, I want to say, are SS6s through SS20s, and I have 4 different sizes. These are going to be similar to the mixed packs that Jessica has, Puzzle Tumblers is having. So it's super exciting because I love the mixed sizes because... All right. Looks like my phone's wanting to be difficult, you guys. Sorry about that. And we are going to go ahead and do the same idea of the glue. And I'm going to do just this big square here. So, scatter method, you want to fill in all of the holes. That's how that method works. So you can see I just put glue right there, and I'm going to use my tool once again. And I'm going to just pick up stones and fill in the holes. I know this is going to be hard to see all of these fine details, but I'm just going to fill in all of the individual holes. So the hardest part about this is just figuring out which size stone fits in that hole. So like I said, I've done a couple of these, and this is my favorite method, so it works for me. I would like to think I'm pretty decent at figuring out which size stone goes where, but I do still have my moments where I'm like, I have no clue what to do next. So you put it on and you just push it into the hole. So you can stick it on and you can push it into the hole, and you just want to fill in all of the space. So that's the scatter method. And like I said, the hardest part is just figuring out which size stone goes where, and making sure you see minimal of the background color. Since this is scatter method, you may see background color, which is why I decided to spray paint it. But you don't have to. Like I said, if you're doing colors that go with the stainless steel, you do that. Or anything. I just wanted to spray paint this one. I've been working on this one for a little bit. I haven't worked on it in like a week or two. I've just been busy with orders and stuff, so haven't had as much time to just sit and relax and rhinestone. So I'm super excited to be doing this with you guys today. Gives me a chance to play with the rhinestones. So there we are. What glue are you using? I am using Liquid Fusion. So Liquid Fusion is my preferred glue. I do also recommend Gem Tack. So those are my favorite. So I'll lay this down so you guys can see it, hopefully. Maybe. There we go, just like that. So yeah, I'm using Liquid Fusion, but Gem Tack is a good option. Some people do like super tight. I personally didn't, but it did do the job. The rhinestones are stuck on the cup, so it does the job, but not my favorite to work with consistency-wise. But I'm using Liquid Fusion, and I'm using it in a precision tip applicator bottle. Let's see. How much do you sell your cups for with the stones? It varies. I sold an acrylic one for $100. It took me 10 hours. It had 9,000 stones from SS3 to SS20s. And it took forever, and I sold it for $100. But I also did one of these wine cups. Sorry, my glue is sitting in it. I did one of these wine cups from Puzzled. It's 12 ounce. It took me 3 hours, and I did it with SS20s, which are the size of these ones that we were doing on the carabiner mug. And I sold that one for $50. So it really just depends on your clients, but it also just depends on what you think you deserve. What I'd recommend is your materials times 2 or 3. Some people do times 3, but I did times 2. And then whatever you want to get paid hourly. So if you want to pay yourself $10 an hour and it took 10 hours, you're going to pay yourself $100 plus materials. But if you only want to pay yourself, let's say, $5 an hour, and you did it for 10 hours, you'd add $50. So it just kind of depends on your time, your work, your materials, what you want to charge. I've seen some sell for hundreds of dollars, and then I've also seen some sell for 20 bucks. So you definitely want to make sure you're at least covering your materials. You don't want to like lose money on materials, but you don't want to go too crazy, you know? So it really just varies on you. I've sold a couple rhinestone pop sockets, and I sold them for 15. And I sold some rhinestone mouse toppers, and those sold for 15 and 20. So like I said, it really varies on what your materials are and what you want to charge. I try not to charge too crazy. Someone told me that for when this one's done, I should charge like $200. And although I'd love that, I don't think I will, just because I feel like that's so expensive. But I will make sure I get my materials back for sure and get paid decently. I don't worry about pay by hour because I actually enjoy making the rhinestone cups, so I just kind of make sure I cover materials and make some profit so I can buy more materials. All right. I was talking, so it did take me a little while to do that little section, but you can see that this method takes so much longer than this. It truly does. The Honeycomb method uses one size stone. You don't have to worry about filling in spots, whereas the scatter method takes some thought, not a lot of thought, but like you have to think, you have to work, you have to make sure it fits. So this one I could probably have done in an hour or two. This one I've been working on. I think I have 2 hours, maybe 3 in it so far. I know I have at least 2 hours in this cup so far. And I just work on them in my free time between orders and stuff. But yeah, so that is the scatter method. You guys have any questions about the differences? I think we might make a badge reel. So that might be fun. So we're gonna try that, I think. Perhaps. Or we could do a car coaster. So I have this car coaster made here that I just made when I had some leftover epoxy. We could rhinestone this. How cute, right? So we may do that. And I do also have pop sockets here. So these are just plain Jane pop sockets. And we could rhinestone one of these. So what do you guys think? What do you guys want to see? We can do the badge reel keychain. We can do pop socket. We can do the car coaster, or we can keep working on the cups. What would you guys like to see? Because I want to make sure I answer all of your questions and show you guys the cups. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to see if anyone has any preference, and I'm going to just keep working on the scatter method. Is anyone else blinging right now? Or is it just me? Let's see. Cups, you want to keep seeing cups? Oh, a pop socket, okay. We can definitely do both. So I'm going to keep doing the cups for just a minute. If you want to see more pop sockets, I can do that next. The badge reel. I think for the badge reel, I think this would be super cute. So I got this yellow badge reel from Pop Socket, from Puzzle Tumblers, from Jessica. And I have this little Texas mold, and I think I want to rhinestone this. How cute would the little Texas be as a badge reel? Would that be cute? I don't know, I feel like it'd be really cute. So we can definitely do a pop socket in just a second. We'll keep doing some cups for right now, and we may do a badge reel too. I think we should do that. You may have mentioned this, and I'm sorry if you did. Do you suggest a color base before you bling? Yes and no. So like, for example, this cup, it has kind of a brown, and the brown on top of the stainless wouldn't have worked really well, and so I just used a kind of tannish, taupe-ish color I had, and then under the spots, I did black. So I do recommend that. This one I did red because these are kind of transparent and they are red. But on this one that I just showed you guys in this video, I did just the silver because it works well. All right. We have a visitor. All right. So we're gonna just put some more on. All right. Let's see. So yes, you can base coat, but you don't have to. It just depends on the color stone and what you're wanting. I recommend base coating with the honeycomb method more so than the scatter, because the scatter method, you use those small stones to fill in the space. But since these had silver, I'm just putting it on the silver. Saves time and it still looks good. That you just want it to look good. That's the biggest thing. I want to do this so bad. You should, Deborah. I find it relaxing. I know a lot of people have made rhinestone cups and they're like, I'm never doing this again. It was awful. Like, it took forever. And yes, it took forever. My first cup, like I said, I did scatter method and it took me like 12 hours. It took me a long time, but I did it I took my tray upstairs, and while I was watching like TV and stuff, or YouTube, because it's typically what I watch is like YouTube or Hulu, I just worked on it while relaxing because my husband is deployed, and so instead of like talking with him each night, I would just bling, and I found it relaxing. So my dog would be laying at my feet, and I would just lay there and bling. I haven't taken any custom orders for Bling tumblers yet because they do take a long time. So you'd want to make sure you consider that in your turnaround time. But I'm just making them for fun and then hoping they sell afterwards, which I don't usually do. If anyone knows me, I don't ever really have ready to ship tumblers done. So these are kind of like my version of ready to ship tumblers. All right, let's see. Do you epoxy after you bling? No, you do not epoxy after you bling. You do not. If you put epoxy over this, you're going to cover up the shine. And you don't want to do that. Let's see. Yeah, if you epoxy after you bling, you will cover up the different edges of the rhinestones, which is what gives it the shine. I just hopped on. I'm wanting to do my first scatter method. What sizes are you using, and did you do it in any particular order? No, scatter method is completely random. That's what I'm doing right now. It is completely random. You just want to fill in all the different holes that there are, so that way you don't see any of the background. This is SS6 to SS20. These are like the mixed size packs that Jessica just had on pre-sale for Puzzle Tumblers. So you can get those. You can get a couple packs of those, and you should be able to cover up a whole cup. So I recommend anywhere from like SS3 to SS20. I think 30s are too big for cups personally. Blinging super relaxing. Yeah, it is. I would totally do this for myself. We can order from Puzzle Tumblers everything we need, correct? Yes, you should be able to, except for the glue. You can get your tumblers there, you can get your rhinestones there, you can get the different pickup tools, the different little trays. You can get all of that at Puzzle Tumblers. You would just need to order your glues, which you can get on Amazon. Alright, so there's that scatter method. We got that whole little section done. Alright, and I just want to show you guys the honeycomb method again, just because I've had a bunch of people just jump on. So we're going to pull that one back out so I can show you, and then we'll do a pop socket. Alright, so this is the honeycomb pattern. I just started and never know how many to order for a full tumbler. It depends on the size of the stones, the size of the cup. So for example, this is a 10-ounce carabiner mug, and I'm using SS20s, which is like the biggest size I use. And I would order probably 2 packs of stones, because they usually come in 1,400 packs. So I would say you'd use 2,000 to 3,000, so I'd get 2 packs personally. But for a bigger tumbler, like this one, which is a 20-ounce skinny with the scatter method, because some of the stones are so small, you'd want to order like 10,000 stones. You want to order a lot of stones because you don't want to run out. All right, we're going to just continue across the top on this one. Let's see. Thanks for the live. You're welcome. The liquid fusion looks like it's going to take a week to get here. Are there any others you recommend? Yes, the one that I recommend that you can get in store is this one, which is Gem Tack. You can get it at Hobby Lobby, which I know a lot are closed, but you can also find it at Michael's and sometimes at Walmart. So that is the good like in-store option. This is one that people do like. It's called Super Tight. I got mine at Hobby Lobby, but I've seen it at Michael's and Walmart as well. I personally don't like it, but I know a lot of people that do. All right. I'm just going to go along the top of the cup. Just like that. And as you do this more and more, you'll get really quick at it. And like I said, honeycomb is faster than the scatter method, so then you'll be able to knock out some of these honeycomb cups really quick, which will then make it quicker if you're selling them. You did sand prior to placing the stones? Yes, I did. You want to sand your cups because if they're too smooth, your glue and rhinestones might not stick. So if by sanding it, you're making it a little rough, and that way your glues, your stones can all fit to it a little better. I got my Gem Tack with a coupon at Michael's until my liquid fusion comes in. Gem Tack is also great. Yes, I love Gem Tack. That was the first one that I used. I do prefer my liquid fusion, but gem tack is a really good, cheaper alternative. Yes, I got my gem tack on Amazon, but I have seen it at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. All right, we're gonna just keep going around the top. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of different tips and tricks you can learn by doing this. So just starting out, it can be a little confusing. But once you've done it a few times, you definitely get the hang of it. Your liquid fusion gets here today after like 3 weeks. Oh geez, that's a long time. You're going to love it. Like I said, it's my favorite glue, the liquid fusion. It's clear from start to finish, and it has a more liquid consistency rather than the other two, which are more thick. And so I think it's just easier to put it on the cup and move your stones around when needed. And she's a barker, she's fine. All right, and then I'm going to take it up over the handle. I'm not going to do the handle on this cup, but I am going to do this top little rim right here, so that way it goes all the way around the cup. I'm having withdrawals from Michael's. I can still shop at my Michael's. Can you not go in? My mom and I, she and I went to Michael's the other day and we walked around. They only let 10 people in the store at a time, but if you wait, you can go in and shop still. You should try to check. I know Hobby Lobbies are all closed though. Let's see. Curbside pickup. Yes, they're doing curbside pickup. I had to pick up some bracelet blinks the other day, which is why we were over there. And then we saw you could shop inside, so we went in. I had never done Michael's curbside pickup until the other day. All right. All right, I'm just going to finish this last little section, then we can do a pop socket. Alright, so there is that so far. So we went all the way around the top, and then we have the second and third layer started there. But that's the honeycomb method. So next we're going to do, you guys said a pop socket. So we can do a pop socket. Let's do that. I think we should do a blue pop socket. That's what I think. So I've got a white pop socket here. And I've got some blue stones. My nearest one is about an hour and 15 minutes away, so when I go in, I like to spend some time. I didn't know you could go in. I think I'll call my store and double check. I definitely would. There was a couple people waiting when we were there, but we still took our time and walked around. We waited. We looked. We enjoyed our time walking around. I know not all stores are doing in-store, but you can definitely call and see, because who doesn't like shopping at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, right? Alright, so I've got my things in the tray. I'm just going to swirl them around. It'll flip them right side up. And I'm going to do, I think it's going to look more like a honeycomb method. we will see. Or should we do round? I haven't done a round one before on a pop socket. Let's see. We're gonna attempt to do a round one because I haven't done that before. All right, so we're gonna just put a dot in the middle and then go around. All right, just like that. And then these are the blue ones from Puzzle. And I'm going to get it pretty much in the center. And I'm gonna go around it. Just like that. Round, definitely. Do you have to sand the pop socket? It has kind of a rough texture, so I'm not this time. You can, it wouldn't hurt anything, but I'm not. But this would be for me anyway, so it'd be a good way to test it. But if you haven't started one, I say sand it. Better safe than sorry, especially if it's not for you. And since pop sockets are so small, and these are SS20s, which are the big size, this would go super quick. All right. This kind of looks like the honeycomb method too. It's kind of turned into the honeycomb method, which is fine. Alright, and you can see that this is going pretty quick. Alright, this 100% turned into the honeycomb method. If you wanted to do round, I would start from the outside and just do circles, but it might not line up all the way. So we'll see how this honeycomb one turns out. If this turns out cute, I might put this on one of those mirror pop sockets. Have a couple in the other room, and that would be super cute. What would you sell your pop sockets for? My daughter and I are going to make a couple and gauge interest. For one like this, I mean, it's super quick. These pop sockets are only like 50 cents a piece. And then the rhinestones are only maybe like $1 per pop socket. So depending on how you price your things, if you do 2 or 3 times your material cost plus your pay per hour, it just kind of depends. I did a scatter method pop socket. It's actually on my mom's phone case and she is at work, so I cannot show you. But I would sell that one for like 15 or 20. So it just kind of depends. It was scatter method and it had a lot of stones on it and it had a heartbeat on it because she works in cardiology. So for one like this, I mean, I would sell it for like maybe $10. I wouldn't go too crazy. But it really just depends on how you price your items and your clients as well. Your clients, your customers, you know what I mean. That's super pretty. I love this color. You guys see how pretty this color is? Look at that. So sparkly. Oh my goodness. Alright, some of my glue is drying up a little, so I'm going to just kind of make sure I've got enough glue. But like, yeah, this one right here, I mean, I sell my glitter ones for $10 typically, that have like glitter and then a water slide or a decal. I sell those for like 10 typically. So I'd probably sell this for around 10 since it's just materials times work. Alright. But if you were doing one like that scatter method one I did, Oh no, I missed. You may charge a little more. So some of these are going to hang off the edge a little because it's the honeycomb method, and to get it like on there perfectly, it'd be kind of hard. But I think it's cute. Look how cute this is, you guys. Thank you for the live and answering questions. Oh, no problem. I don't mind. I enjoy rhinestoning. And I'm glad I'm finally able to share with you guys, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking in the group questions about rhinestoning, and I know not a lot of us have done it, a lot of the mods. So I'm glad I was able to come on here and show you guys some of my tips and tricks and like things I like to use and do. It's a really, like I said, fun hobby for me. Not everyone likes it. That is 100% fine if you do not like it. So, but I personally think it's kind of fun. And if you do not like it, you do you, and you make what you enjoy. And look at that. Finished pop socket, you guys. How quick was that? That was what, like 2 minutes? That was super fast. So obviously you'd want to let this dry, but like, look how cute that would be. Like, that would be so adorable. And then put it on a phone case. Done. Deceased. Like, can you imagine how cute that would be? You guys. You guys. That would be so cute. Okay. Love that. I need to do a dark blue one because my phone case is a flag. And that would be adorable. Alright, so that is the pop socket all done. I mean, that was super quick. If you guys want to start blinging things and you don't want to take the time and money and all of the materials to do a full cup, start with a pop socket. Start with a keychain. Start with something small. You don't have to just jump in all out like I did. I did a full like 16 or 20 ounce tumbler. Like, it was a lot. And I learned so much while doing it. So start small, guys. You don't have to go crazy. All right, I'm going to, and then look how easy that little tray made that cleanup. Love it. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, I think we're going to do the badge reel. Texas is this way. And I'm going to use these stones because I think they would look really pretty on there. Don't you? I think it would be super cute. So, and then when you're doing a badge reel using a keychain, you can fill in this hole. But since we're going to be blinging, I think I can just bling right over it. So we're going to give that a go. I have not done this shape yet, though. And then I have this yellow pop socket, or badge reel from Puzzle. And how stinking cute would that be? Oh my goodness. Okay. So we're going to dump some of these into my tray to get them flipped over. All right. Flipped over, easy peasy. All right, and we're gonna just kind of bling this keychain. So I'm going to get my glue to the end. I started scatter method on a 20 ounce skinny, but I have pop sockets arriving today. I'm going to jump right into the pop sockets. It was so quick, wasn't it? Like, I literally did the whole thing on camera, you guys. Like, that's insane. So these would be great if you're doing any like vendor shows or you sell locally or anything like that. These would be super good to just make and have a bunch of them ready. They're super inexpensive, but still so stunning. And who doesn't love a pop socket, you know, on their case? So that was great. The tumblers are amazing, but like I said, this is taking forever. Whereas I did a scatter method on a black pop socket with a design, and it still took me like 45 minutes, maybe an hour, because I did the heartbeat, and then I did black scatter all around it. So yeah, pop sockets would be an amazing thing to have like in stock, you know? And if it didn't sell, you wouldn't lose money or inventory, you know? Like, it's not like you made a $200 tumbler and then it didn't sell. You'd lose an expensive pop socket. You know, I don't like having ready to ship cups and anything sitting around. it makes me crazy. So I typically only do custom orders, and it's very rarely I work on something like this that isn't an order. So I'm excited because the pop sockets would be super good to have just ready, because I always get asked if I have any ready products, and I never do. All right. Now we're going to do this keychain, which I think we're going to turn into that badge reel, which I think would be so stinking cute. And I'm just going to go right over that hole. I'm not even going to worry about it. All right. So, and this is just a keychain blank. This is from Puzzle. It is epoxy and glitter mixed in. And I'm going to do this one, which is like, I think it's like the linear style. I don't do this ever on cups because I don't like it. But since this has like a yellow background, I think it'll be fine. But you can see how I've lined them straight up. So, oh, hopefully. I did 4 across the top and then 4 across the middle, and they're right on top of each other. Just so that way I can stick to the shape of Texas, hopefully. That's the hope. So we're going to try to do a linear pattern on this one. Or like a parallel pattern, maybe it's called. Hope you guys know what I mean. And see how that turns out. But yeah, you see how quick this is going. And then this can be badge reels. You could even put this on a pop socket. So like here's another pop socket I have. You could even put that on a pop socket. So cute. Oh my gosh. So it really just depends on what you have, what you want to make, what you can make. Oh, let's see. Me either custom only. If I want to try something new, I just make it for my kids, husband, or myself. I work on orders like all day, every day. So it's very rare that I make something that isn't an order. And I'm very blessed to be able to say that. I just made myself my first cup in a year. And it was the only cup that I've made that wasn't an order and that didn't sell right away. Like I made one recently, it was a motherhood tumbler, and it sold within like 2 days, I think. It sold pretty quick. It wasn't immediately, but it sold pretty quick. So yeah, I definitely do mostly customs, like 99% customs. How are they sticking? Liquid Fusion. This is the glue of my choice. Like this is my preferred glue. I have it in a precision tip bottle. I use this so that way I can make sure I know exactly where my glue is going and I don't just like, it just goes everywhere. So that is what I am using. We're gonna do this little guy over here. So I'm just gonna put the glue on. You could probably use epoxy since this is like a keychain. If you were doing a keychain or a badge reel or something like this where you have this flat shape, you could probably use epoxy to adhere your stones, which would be pretty cool. I'm going to turn it so that way I can keep my pattern going and hold it. But, let's see. Do you have to sand the epoxy before you bling the keychain? I would. I'd give it a little sanding. This one was already pretty rough because I went to use it and then I think I dropped it and then it got messed up. So it was already really scratched up. But yes, I would sand it. It's not going to hurt to sand. I would always say yes to sanding because it just gives the glue and something to adhere to rather than just the slick epoxy. I have seen plenty of people say they never sand their tumblers or anything, and they have no issues. So you definitely don't like have to, but I think it's always a wise idea. If you're questioning it, if you're asking if you should, you probably should. Better safe than sorry. All right. This is super cute. Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome, both of you, Mary and Catherine. My customers are always super down for me trying new things on their shoot. Yes, that's always the best. When they're like, oh, you have free range, or oh, I trust your judgment, like if they're like asking for something. So I always think that's really cool. I have lots of customers that are like, I'd say like are super loyal customers, and they are usually like amazing, and they always have super cool ideas, or they help me come up with super cool ideas. So it's really fun. There we go. Ah, that works. All right, I'm gonna show you guys. So that is where we're at right now. Oh, so blingy. I love this color. This is the, what is this? It doesn't say, I'm like 99% sure this is the clear ABs, like 99% sure. They're from Puzzle. I just can't remember. They're like clear ABs. I'm 99% sure that's what it is. But yeah, what do you guys think? Are you guys wanting to bling things now? Is this inspiring you? I think, like I said, I think blinging is super fun. I find it relaxing. Like, I think it's really cool. I was late. Hope it's available for rewatch. Yes, I will be saving this to the group. And if possible, I'll also be saving it to my YouTube channel, which you can find by searching my name. I have another bling tutorial on there, as well as just several other bling tutorial or other tutorials for cups and stuff. So it should be on rewatch here in Puzzle, but if for some reason it doesn't, I should have it on YouTube. So yeah, it should definitely be saved here. All right, just putting more glue on using my liquid fusion. All right, gonna need more stones. All right, I need to go hop on the site. Same. Listen, don't you all be buying all the rhinestones now. No, I definitely need to go buy more stones because, like I said, I think blinging is fun. I think it's relaxing and I enjoy it. So I want to make sure I can get some more stones. If you guys didn't do the buy-in for stones, you need to keep an eye out for if she does more because those are gorgeous. Like super stunning. So definitely check that out too. These are like, I think it's like grade A. These are like top-notch glass rhinestones. These are not resin. These are glass and they are stunning. Super, super shiny. I mean, as you can see, like they're just blinging. And I will take pictures of all the pop socket and stuff today because I know my camera quality is probably not the best. So I'll definitely make sure to take some pictures and post it hopefully in the comments of this afterwards so you guys can see these colors and see close up. And if you guys need me to link anything, let me know and I can link stuff as well. Like, for example, the Texas mold or the cups, the stones, anything like that, the tools. I can link any of that needed. The liquid fusion to Amazon. Jessica, if you're watching this, I don't think you are right now. I think you're busy with your boys. But if Jessica, if you see this, can you get liquid fusion? How amazing would it be to be able to just order everything from Jessica? I think that would be amazing. You guys see how quick this is still? Not quite as quick as the pop socket, but it definitely is a good bit bigger. But like super quick still. Do you guys have any questions? Questions, concerns, doubts, fears, traumas, heartaches, quarantine problems? I definitely know I've got some quarantine problems. All right. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Oh my goodness. Like, look how cute. I can't. I love this. I have a Georgia mold too, which is where I'm from. And yeah, that needs to happen because I need Texas, which is where I live, and Georgia, which is where I'm from. The sparkle's showing up great. Okay, good. I know my camera quality, like I said, isn't great, so I was really hoping it would. I want to get an actual good camera, so hopefully if I can do more tutorials soon. I'm working with Jessica and hopefully doing more bling tutorials for you guys and just sharing different bling tricks and stuff as I go and the new products and showing off new stones. So I'd love to be able to get a better camera for you guys. Alright, I'm just going to finish this off. This glue will be wet for a little bit, so you don't want to like scooch it because you can mess it up. But it does dry pretty quick. I think by the end of the day, this would be ready to go. Oop, that one's upside down. Simple shake and they flip over. How amazing. I still think that's so cool. Like, I know it's so simple, but like, I don't know. I think it's cool. What glue did you use? I'm using Liquid Fusion. That is my glue of choice. You can also use Gem Tack or Super Tight. I personally do not like Super Tight. I don't like the consistency of it, but it did work. The stones are on there and they're not coming off, which is great. But Gem Tack I did like, but I think Liquid Fusion is my favorite, and that's the one I definitely recommend. All three of the options I'm showing are non-toxic, so they can be used on tumblers. Still shouldn't eat it, of course, but safe to put near the mouth, kind of like an FDA-approved epoxy, you know. But yes, Liquid Fusion, that is what I'm using, and I'm just using a precision tip bottle to apply it, just so I can control it a little better. All right, I think I got 2 more stones, that one. Oh, maybe just that one. See if we can get a 3rd one on there to fill in that hole. There we go. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look how stunning. So pretty. Oh my gosh, that bling though. And then, like I said, give this a little bit to dry. You should be golden. I want to flip it over, and as you can see, it was the epoxy keychain. That little shake makes a big timing difference. I love doing that to my little tray. I know. Okay, so when I first started, I was just using like paper plate kind of things. And I was using tweezers. Oh, I didn't show tweezers. But yeah, the little trays are freaking phenomenal. So phenomenal. This is the one from Puzzle Tumblers. You get the little trays too, which is great. But this is another one from Amazon. So there's a couple different options that you can use. But picking up the rhinestones with the tweezers, it's doable. But as I said earlier when someone mentioned it, you have to pick it up right because they are flat on the bottom, but then they have like that like dome shape. And picking up tiny ones out of this little tray is super hard. The bigger ones, it's a little easier, but still not perfect because if you squeeze too much, it's doable. It's just not as easy for me. If you're more talented with tweezers than me, which is very possible, I'm really bad at it, you may find it easier. But I think this tool, you just boop, boop. It's just so easy. So I definitely recommend these pickup tools. What glue did I use? Liquid Fusion. I think I answered that. I can't remember if that's the same comment. But yes, that little shake does everything. Just boop. And it doesn't flip them all over every time. But it flips over the majority, and then you flip it again, and they'll keep flipping. So let me see. I think maximum string, woodstone. I think we're gonna try it. This is me experimenting, so don't necessarily follow this. I'm going to try this. I'm going to apply my badge reel on here using my liquid fusion. Alright, I've used epoxy to attach my badge reels and stuff to my pop sockets, but liquid fusion may work. Alright, so I'm going to just push this on, and then I'm going to like let this sit for a while the front still dries. Oh my gosh. Look how pretty. So stunning. It's stunning. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to see if that works, because if it does, that's great to know. All right. So we're going to leave that on the side. And I think that's about it. I think I've been down here for like an hour. So if any of you have any questions, you can comment down below and you can let me know, and I will respond to them pretty quickly. But I hope you guys enjoyed. A bunch of you have already said you've learned some stuff, which is great. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.